morning.
Yeah, actually, I don't know how many days it's been, but the sun is actually out
Yeah.
right now, which is, wow. It's going to be sunny and 50 something today. So go figure that. All right. So we're going to kind of concentrate on subbing. Also some product that we brought in. So kind of show you what the quality is of that. And also go over potential subs for items that were sold out. That's kind of going to be our focus up to the Christmas break, just so you guys know what to talk about when you're talking about how they were prorated or on certain plants. So we'll start right off with Bux's Green Velvet. We still have availability on a 3, but this is the 5-gallon crop. I mean, you can see there the size of that thing. It's great. We are out of the 7 squat. We're still in the process in the boxwood of kind of eliminating these sizes and merging to that squat pot. So we still have this 5-gallon, which is a tall 5. Eventually, we won't have that listing anymore once we get through this. But for right now, we have this 5-gallon 15-inch. There's 1,200 of them there. You can see there the sizing. They look great in that size container. Definitely bigger than our 3-gallon crop for sure. Very close to what the squat 7s we were shipping throughout the summer, early fall there. But we got 1,200 of them. That's what they look like today. So hopefully you can sub those. A winter gem, we have kind of the opposite. We don't have the upright 5, but we have just a fantastic crop of squat winter gems. We still have 2,500 plus. Looks like there that we can be subbing into, so take advantage of that. And we still have a real nice 3-gallon crop too. Cotoneaster piculata. We really didn't have any 3 gallons left, so we brought in some 2s. The vendor trimmed them back a little bit, but they're still okay. They're still good. They're a good utility plant. You know, they're losing their leaves. I mean, this was a photo from a couple weeks ago, but you know, they've pretty much are losing their leaves right now. But we were able to bring 350 in, so it's got good sizing. It should sub fine for a 3. Hydrangea little quick fire. We were able to bring some in. This is a 3-gallon. Nice. You can see all the multi breaks in there. You know, nice plant. They at least went through a round of trimming on them, so that kept them looking real good. That helps subbing. Did we list a 3-gallon little quick fire, or was it all 2s? So we typically have just a 2-gallon little quick fire, but we found these 3s. So hopefully you can sub back and forth there and make that work. I like Sky Pencil. We were just able to bring some more of these in. I caution you, do not oversell Sky Pencils. They are just, you can see there, we are just at 24. That's what it is. So don't tell them that they're over spec. If they're looking for something big, we just don't have it. I mean, these are the ones in our crops are just a little bit bigger than these, but you know, they're a little bit bigger than 24. That's it. That's all we have. That's all I can find. We stripped our crop internally, but you know, as long as you communicate what the plant looks like, and it's a good, viable, healthy plant. It's got good breaks from the base. You can see there, it's got foliage all the way down, which is what we really like to see, because these things can turn into kind of leggy sticks if you don't watch it. So Juniper Blue Star. So this was a great find. I brought these in. I did bring in above and beyond what you guys needed, but I also looked at where we are with our crops, and we really lean on this plant really hard for later May and into June. But you can see here the quality. This is a shipped in plant, and we have 1,400 of them. They look fantastic. We still have Willoway plants that look great. We still have a 2 out there, but I was able to beef this up. It just seems to be extremely important that we have our next plant, Gray Owl or Blue Star. So go ahead and go into Gray Owl. When you really think about it, these two are really the only plants that really give you that bluish color, that are tough in the landscape, that kind of cross over all over the place, from wholesale landscape into garden center sales, homeowner installs. So we were able to bring in a couple hundred of these. We also have a crop. I might trim this one back just a little bit in the spring. We'll see how they look. Our crop here definitely will start pulling from those early on, but it's dense in the center. It's good. There's no holes in it. I think it's overall good quality. So that's gonna help cover our blue plants. So Spirea Renaissance, there seems to be a shortage out there in the market of the old kind of standby plants. This is Renaissance here. Renaissance really doesn't look like much when it's dormant. It's kind of a leggy plant. That's what it is. So, I call this good quality. Sometimes we grow them just a little bit fuller, but that's very typical of this plant. Renaissance is a one-shot wonder. It blooms once, it's white, and then it's done. So it's one and done, but for whatever reason, all the one and dones like Renaissance and Snowmound seem to be short out there. Even Wedding Cake is a new one. That's also a one and done. It just blooms once. So, I think this is more for the old time landscaper. This is an opportunity. We're short there. We got plenty of the next generation Spirea out there, lots of them, which rebloom all year long. That really needs to be the focus for the future. So, Forever Goldie, brought a few of these in. They were really nice. Another good find. Every once in a while you find a gem out there. I haven't found very many, but this was a great one. We went ahead and brought them in, 400 of them. They're cookie cutter. The grower did a fantastic job with them. And we were more than happy to work with them and bring them in. So you got 400 there. Thuja Green Giant. Obviously, Green Giants are extremely short on the market. We really got beat up on our inventory. You guys sold incredible numbers of upright arbs this year. Definitely put us in a whole nother level of arborvitae. I mean, we blew up all the charts. This is not typically what I like to see. Definitely when we sell something, we like it to be a little thicker at the base, but it still has all of its foliage down to the base. It holds itself up. We're only asking this to sell as a 5 gallon. It's like a squat pot, 42, 48. It's above that. But I think the price range is suitable for that 5 gallon. So that's why we put it in that range. There's 2,000 of them. So please, if anything, pay very close attention to this. We were completely out of these things. I brought them in. Make sure the customer knows what they're getting. Definitely for the landscape install, I think it'll work great. If you have a garden center that's very particular, or you have some wholesalers that are very particular how that thing looks, you better show them the photo before they latch onto them. I think at the end of the day, you'll make the sale just because there's nothing else out there. So, but we felt it was better to bring it in than do without. And last but not least is Globosa. So obviously there's pretty much a theme to most of this. Most of this is like old school stuff. Yeah. So, but you think about it, the availability is mostly going to be on some of the old school type plants. That's what we were able to find. But we got 250 of these Globosa aureas. You guys needed them. You might have them sold already from what your bookings were, but we just wanted to show you what they look like. They looked really good. We pretty much brought everything in that we could. We rushed everything in. Normally we don't do that. Normally we wait till start bringing in material in February and March and things like that. This year we just rushed it in. We brought it in. We paid for it. We just felt that the market was so erratic. we just would rather bring it in. It's more money for us to take care of it over the winter. Obviously, we had to find a place to put it. We got to take care of it. We got to water it, do all those things. But it was more important to do that instead of taking a chance waiting. I don't expect really to find anything else till the southern growers start to get some growth on their crops, which is typically, like the Florida, Georgia stuff will be starting to get ready by mid-May, so we'll start seeing some availability pop up. So we'll be watching that real close, bringing in things if we need to supplement any inventory. But for right now, we pretty much bet it out. I give a big shout out to Ron. Ron Schultz really found a lot of this material. For the most part, he pretty much grabbed everything he could for Willoway and then also secured some stuff for premieres. But from what we see, what's left out there, it's hardly anything. We're still getting reports from the West Coast that inventory is in trouble out there. I think some of the people out there have played the game where they've kind of been hush hush about things. I don't agree with that too much. I think they should show what their real availabilities are, but there are definitely some people that are getting shocked. Obviously, I see it from my peers. You guys would see it from our vendors, but people would do the same thing we do, buy things in to resell, have gotten NA'd. So they thought they had everything secured and they're getting NAs and things like that. So it's going to be pretty rampant. I had a final talk on the border with about the Canadian border. Plants coming across. At this time, USDA is not interested in making any changes pretty much till after the spring season. So that means no boxwood, no Mansurvia holly, couple other fringe plants like euonymus, they cannot cross the border. So that's the way it'll be. So that too, I don't really like to see. I mean, it gives us opportunity, but I hate to see it's really going to cause some suffering for their business. But those are kind of the things I know. Other than that, anybody have any questions?